Hi everyone, Pradeep here from TGT and iOS 14.6 is here. Let's talk about the features, bug fixes, battery life, performance, and should you install. This update came in around 543 MB on this iPhone SE second generation and around 500 MB on this iPad Air 4th generation and iPhone 6s. Along with that, Apple also released iPadOS 14.6, watchOS 7.5, tvOS 14.6 and macOS Big Sur 11.4. The new build number is 18F72 and there is a modem update in this version, so network and connectivity should improve. To update your device, you need to go to Settings, then General, then Software Update, and you should see your update here. But if you are on a beta version, that is iOS 14.7 beta 1 like this device, you will not see this update as you are already on a higher version. To downgrade to a lower public release, you actually need a computer. First and one of the biggest update comes to Apple Music app. With iOS 14.6, Apple launched Digital Master Audio. It says Apple Digital Master starts from 24-bit files which are optimized for Apple products. Also, spatial audio and Dolby Atmos support for Apple Music and lossless audio are coming in June. So if you have an AirPods, AirPods 2 or AirPods Pro, HomePod or HomePod Mini, now you can listen to Digital Master Audio and Dolby Atmos in Apple Music. Apple says more new files are being added every day, but the controversial part is with the Apple lossless audio, none of AirPods, AirPods Pro, HomePod or HomePod Mini supports lossless audio playback. But Apple said HomePod and HomePod Mini will be supported to play lossless files via a future software update. So we are looking forward for that in June. But you can listen to lossless audio in Apple TV or via Macs. Changes are there in the Apple Music settings. As you can see here, you can now use mobile data for streaming, updating your library and loading artwork. Also in the mobile data streaming option, there are two different options available. That is, one is high efficiency and other was in high quality. Now you can preset which one you like most. So these are the changes in the Apple Music settings option. There is an update in the podcast app. The podcast subscription service is here. You can support your favorite podcasters and unlock ad-free listening, bonus episodes and more. Once activated, you can manage your subscription in the account section. Also, if you tap on some specific channel in the upper right corner of the menu is now a bit different than it was in iOS 14.5.1, as you can see. Now, if you go to the accessibility and then voice control, and if it is on for you, now you can restart your device and unlock it using your voice. These are really helpful features for person with disabilities. The App Store and Arcade got updated as well. This is related to app privacy. So if you go to the details of any app, you can now see what data that app is actually collecting from you. While trying to download the update over cellular, that is over mobile data, this prompt will alert you about that. You need to continue here if you want to download the update. So download over cellular is now possible as well. Few new changes are being added to the Apple TV app as well. It says watch original shows and movies and new originals every month with Apple TV. Also in the code, there are some images of the new Beats Studio Buds. Then recently those Beats Buds appear in FCC database as reported by Mac Rumors in Twitter. Next, while setting up the AirTags, now there is an option to select an emoji for your AirTag when you select a custom name for it. Previously, it had to be done after the setup just like this. Now you can do this during setup also. Also, once you put the AirTag into lost mode, now here is an option to add an email address. Before, you could only add a phone number. In the screen, now you can add both. With that, Apple also released watchOS 7.5 and in the Watch app, you can now see there are two new watch faces. These are called Pride Oven watch faces. I'm using one of these in my Apple Watch. As you can see here, you have to update your Apple Watch to 7.5 for that. Apart from that, there are some bug fixes and security updates as well. First is while using the Unlock iPhone with Apple Watch feature, that might not work properly if you lock your iPhone using the Apple Watch. So that issue is solved now. Some users were facing issues with Reminders app where active reminders were not showing in the screen or was showing as a black line. This is now solved. Bluetooth device switching issue is now solved. I mentioned it during my iOS 14.6 beta videos as well. So AirPods switching between devices wrongly is now solved. App tracking transparency is working absolutely fine. This list is getting longer day by day. Initially, it was not working properly for some users. According to some sources, another issue that has been addressed is the green tint issue, though I never faced that personally, but some says that this is now solved in iOS 14.6 as well. In the Messenger app, the no preview of the links and images bug has been fixed as well. But one thing I never get is the notification when a new text message arrives. This is still very annoying. Another thing that improved for me is the automatic music transfer to the HomePod while using Apple Music app. Now works much faster. Some iPhones may experience reduced performance during setup is now fixed. Also, call blocking extension may not appear in settings is now resolved. Apart from this, there are definitely some security updates and bug fixes as well, which Apple never mentions. Performance-wise, it is running absolutely fine. I have not encountered any issue with any of the devices so far. Battery life was not that great on iOS 14.5.1, but since updating to 14.6 beta, it is now much better. So you should expect to get better battery life with iOS 14.6. I have also updated my iPhone 6s with this version. I have not seen any changes in performance right away. It's running as smooth as it was on iOS 14.5.1. But some users were reporting that they had performance losses while using the iOS 14.5.1. That should be solved with iOS 14.6. This is the oldest device that still supports the latest iOS version, and the battery life is also satisfactory. Also, I am running iPadOS 14.6 in this iPad Air 4th generation. All the updates and patches that I mentioned previously are applicable for this device also. It's running nice and smooth. The battery life I get out of this device was okay with iOS 14.5.1. This update should change it in a better way. Now, if you are interested about the benchmark score, here it is for the iPhone SE 2nd generation. It's 1324 for the single core and 3006 for the multi-core. Now, if I actually show you the history, as you can see here, the scores are a bit down than the iOS 14.5.1, which is understandable as sometimes background activities just after an OS install impacts the scores a bit. And here are the scores for all the devices that I mentioned here: iPad Air 4th generation, iPhone 6s, iPhone SE 2nd generation. So should you update? According to my understanding, you should definitely update to this version. This update comes with some interesting new features. It's smooth and stable and with better battery life. So if you have any device from this list, just go ahead and update. By now we are already on iOS 14.7 beta 1, but it is still early days for iOS 14.7 and the new features are still not clear. Thank you for watching. Do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to TGT. I will see you in my next one. Peace.